Hello everyone again. I brought these two trees in to do a bit of structural work on them and a bit of wiring. They were both, they're sister trees, they both were air layered off the same tree, same bush, hedge, 2 or 3 years ago. And slowly but surely been growing all these branches. When I did it first, air layered them, they had no branches on them. But I've grown all these branches in now and they're starting to take a bit of a shape. So I've just been kind of roughly clipping them back over the last couple of years and keeping them in check. But now I think it's time to just go in and maybe decide. There's a few places where there's 3 branches coming from the one spot and things like that. And just do a bit of structural work on them. So that's one, and this is the other one. See, there's been some big chops on them. This one isn't as filled out as much as the other one, but it's getting there slowly but surely. So put this one to one side for now. We'll have a look at this other one first. And have a look at this one. Okay, like I said, I'm just gonna do a little light trimming and mainly try and set some of the branches into better positions and like that. There's places where there's 3 branches, like here, there's 3 branches together. So I want to eliminate one of them. There's a few places where there's a couple of branches coming out to one spot in the tree, things like that. It has a big scar here. It's healing nicely. It's at the front of the tree, but there's not much we can do about that because the tree also has one at the back here. There's one here where I've done some big chops, but they're healing and eventually they'll presumably disappear or won't stand out as much. Okay, so I'll bring the camera in a bit closer and then we'll get to work on wiring up this and sorting it out a bit. Okay, so first thing we'll start with is, if you can see here, see that there. Here we have a big main branch, 2 branches coming off for either side of it. You can see better from underneath there. Here, and see, we need to eliminate one of them. We don't want this here like that, or we'll end up with a big lump of a joint there. So we need to decide which one we want to take away and which one we're going to leave. And I think we'll take away the center one, the heavier one, leave a little stump, and we'll wire them in then. Just bring this back a bit. Front here, even back there. Branches growing up. Like that. There's 3 branches coming out together. Okay. Let's go back a bit. We'll just stick a bit of wire on the 2 of them and then we can want them. I'll use a slightly heavier wire than I need to, just because I don't want it biting in. We'll keep an eye on it, but over the winter it might decide to bite in a bit, so we'll just some heavier than we need to really. It also gives it a bit more strength. We don't want it cracking. Touch wood, we won't crack any branches today. Yeah. I got my arm now in the way. Change that. Okay. We'll just squeeze them in slightly together and bring this one. Put a little bit of light wire on that one. Following the other wire that we put on. I'm not crossing any wires. That on there, this one, and onto this one. I don't want to do too much detail around because I'd rather grow these as more clip and grow. It's just to get the main structural branches into place, and then once they've set, then we can work on just clip and growing the rest of it. Back a little bit. Okay, so as you can see there, then that one done. Down back a bit. Okay, see now, giving out a bit of a there. These are kind of what these branches are going out and then coming back into themselves, so I want that. So I might draw another little bit of wire into this one so you can pull it out a little bit. Put it there like that. Now, up here, we have, because we took a big branch out here, we've ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches all coming out at the end. Now, we kind of need, we definitely need these two. And this one, maybe we could get away with this one, take away this one, move this around a bit. To the side. And you need that one as my back branch, this one. Don't want to get rid of this one either. I don't know. One decision. No. I'll leave it for now and I'll have a look at it and make a decision when we've pruned it all back a bit. You always want to make sure before you cut off a branch that you're sure that's the one you want to take off, because you can't put it back on. I'm just going to put a bit of wire onto this one down here. Now, I presume most of you know what an airlayer is when I say an airlayer. But for anybody that doesn't, it's a good way of getting trees for free, and older trees. It's when you strip the bark, you decide to strip the bark here, you strip away like an inch of bark all the way around the tree, you scrape away the cambium, and then you pack that with sphagnum moss, wrap it in plastic or whatever, and then after, depending on the tree, some trees take a lot longer than others, that will eventually fill with roots, and then you cut that off there then, and you end up with a new tree. So it's a good way of getting all the bigger trunks on trees, and so if you can go out and find a nice tree with a nice branch or nice apex on it, and you can air layer it like I did with this one. These were actually in my father-in-law's garden, and it was his hedge. It's a myrtle plant, and he was planning on digging it out, or at least chopping it right back to the ground really low. So I asked him to hold off for 6 months, and I laid the 2 branches off it, and he was kind enough to wait, and I did, and then I took them off, and so I ended up getting 2 trees for free. and older trees rather than having little start with skinny little trees. Then you can get some nice older trunks. Okay, a little bit on this one, and then what I'll do is I will work away on the tree. So I don't want to watch me do the whole tree. I'll work away on it, and I'll finish wiring it, trim it up, and then we'll come back and just have a look at how it looks. And again, like I said, this is far from finished. A finished tree, still early on in its development. So at the moment, I'm just working on developing the first branch structure. All the rest secondary, and the branches and stuff can come after. Just want to try and get a bit of shape to it. And some of these grow pretty fast, so if I get it done now, okay, so I will crack on with it, and we'll get it wired and done, and we'll come back and have a look when it's done. Probably won't be much of a difference, just subtle differences. Putting a bit of, as you can see, putting a bit of movement into the branches there. You can see that, but rather than just having it a straight branch and down, just put a bit of movement, a bit of up and down movement, side to side movement. Just so then when it sets, you've got a half decent branch structure to start with. Okay, so I'll crack on with this for a while. It'll take me a while, and then I'll come back and have a look. Okay, I think we're done with that now. I think I've got. I've only made a decision on this one. I took this branch off. I was sticking up here, funny. Rest of them, there's still a few that probably need to be taken off at some stage, but now we'll leave it at that. Just let it cover and build some strength up, and when it's grown like crazy again in the summer, we'll have another look at it, maybe prune it out. But once it fills out, it should not look too bad. I'll just move the camera a little bit back so you can see it from a distance. Okay, so that's it from a distance. See, it's got some nice movement in it. A bit of taper here. There's not a lot of taper up here, which is great. Maybe one day, I don't know. Maybe that will all have to come off one day. But for a free tree, it's not too bad. Okay, I'll get up the other one and we'll have a little look at that, see what work can be done on that or needs to be done. Okay, this is the second tree. Again, is where it's been cut, the major cuts. It's sending out bunches of branches out to the cut site in the same place, so I'm gonna have to reduce some of them back again. So starting with this bottom one, I'll bring the camera in again closer so you can see what's happening. We'll work from there. Okay, starting with this bottom branch, you can see that there's one coming out directly above the other. So we definitely don't want that. So I'm going to take off this top one here, knock this a bit. Stump could actually be chopped back a bit now. It's laid off a bit. See if I can get in there. It's not easy. They're an awkward place. Better. A bit of cut paste on that in a while, but while I'm working on the tree I won't, because I'll end up with it all over my hands. Okay. First thing, I'll just put a bit of wire on this just to give it a little bit of movement. And probably won't need that thickness for this wrench. Do a couple of wraps around that trunk here to give it a bit of stability. Up and down, take out. Okay. I'm not going to prune this branch at all. I'll leave it grow just to help heal this, and this needs to be thickened up anyway, so I'll leave that branch alone. Now up here again we've got the same thing. We've got a few different branches coming from the same place. Let's clean them behind here first so we can see what we're doing. Take that off altogether. Growing up. Long growing up there. Use that one back. Take off that one. That whole branch off the top of that. And back down. Dead branch down, take off. No, we seem to have what's going on here. I'm going to take off the whole top of this branch. Now, just to open it up a bit. Dead stub there. Branch going inwards. That one back. Off. Back. One going in towards the tree, we'll take that off. One going underneath, take that one off. This one's kind of interfering with that branch, so we'll take that off. Okay. Again here, I'm going to take off this top chunk altogether. Don't know if it's growing up. Juice all these back a bit. Ouch. Stub in there. Reduce this from that to here. To here. Off altogether, I think. One going up, I'll take that off. Okay. So we're working up the tree. Dead stub in there, another one there. Okay, so like the other one, I'll just keep going here, cleaning the tree back, and have a look at it. Decide what I'm going to do, put some wire on if it needs it, and then when it's finished, we'll come back and have a look at the final product. This one has a bit of growing to do, alright, but it's getting there. So I'll just pause the video there for a second and we'll come back. Okay, I'm already back because I've just want to show you this branch here, very straight, and it's very heavy for the high up in the tree. Probably that one too, there, in comparison to the rest of the branches. So this one, you can see it there, and this one here. So what I'm going to do, I have this smaller branch here, on the branch coming on the front here, which could eventually come down there and take the place of this branch, fill in that gap. But what I'll do is I'll cut that branch short, but not all the way off, and maybe it'll send out some more shoots here, fill that in, and this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce it back to take some of the energy out of it, and again, maybe we can get something else growing around here which we can take off this one, then reduce that right back. Yeah. So everything else is not too bad. What I will do maybe is make sure I keep turning it so that the parts, put this side to the sun, get some branching growing here, and then when it does, maybe turn it, get something growing more back here. Put it back here, the back of the tree. Somewhere around here, I could fill out more, maybe grow these out longer, these ones. But for now, I think that will do for this one. Let's double take that off. So we'll just put them back on the benches now, and we'll keep eyeing them. Keep trying to remember to keep turning it. Some of these ones could be a bit cleaner, I think, but maybe at the end of the winter we'll prune them back before the spring and just tidy them up. So now what I will do is put a bit of wound sealant on some of them cuts, I did. This one. Yeah. One there, on that. And on the end of this branch here, where we chopped it like that. And there's another one up here. Okay. Let's look okay. And like that, we'll let this one run, this front branch run, to strengthen it up a bit. Maybe heal this up. And when I cut these trees off the airlayer, took them off the main branch, the mother tree, I just put them in these pots. And wasn't really worried about what planting angle or anything like that. Just put them in, got them growing for the last couple of years. So maybe we'll be looking at a new front, maybe around here. At the moment, this is the kind of front here, but I'm thinking with this branch here, maybe somewhere around here would be better. Okay, so we're going to put the two of them back on their benches. Back on the bench, and this hair branch here again is a bit heavy for up here. But now I've cut off here, we'll make it a smaller one's growing around here. Now the sun can get in, and we might take this one off as well. Okay, keep my fingers off. Okay, so hope you liked the video, and we'll see you on the next one.